Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion. The fit for this video is Maimonides' nuts. Let's take a look at a video.
Are you attracted to men?
No,
Why not?
because that's the way I'm hardwired. That's
Okay.
my
So what if
chemicals.
someone is hardwired the exact opposite way, by their God, and then not accepted by their God because God's book says we don't accept you?
I was not born with a desire to forgive. You hurt me bad enough, I'm coming after you. That's naturally what I do. I was not born with a heterosexual drive to have sex with just one woman. I was born with a heterosexual drive to have sex with as many good-looking women as I could get into bed with me. This whole idea that God created me to be this way, no. I am born with something that Jesus in the Bible calls a readiness to sin factor.
So Logan actually makes a wonderful point here, and Cliffe misses it to dilute the discussion with this argument that just because urges and instincts and impulses are natural doesn't necessarily mean they are good or should be accommodated, and argues that we're supposed to suppress a lot of these natural instincts and urges. But this ignores the point, which is specifically about sexual desire, which is innate, natural, immutable, which is hardwired. If we look in the Bible, we see an explicit case made by Paul, the only person who has anything at all to say about same-sex intercourse, that sexual desire needs to be accommodated and should not be suppressed. So Cliffe's argument is entirely irrelevant. He's talking about urges that we should suppress. The Bible says no, sexual desire should not be suppressed if you are not blessed with the spiritual gift of enough self-control for a celibate lifestyle. Paul thinks that would be best, but recognizes that not everybody has that degree of self-control and insists that trying to suppress your sexual desire, if you don't have that self-control, is problematic. The desire will build up and grow out of control. It can be exploited by Satan. It can result in porneia, in sexual immorality. And so Paul says it is better to marry than to burn. And that is a reference to burning with sexual desire. Now, where Paul is wrong is in his notion that a heterosexual desire is innate, immutable, and natural, and a homosexual desire is not. Paul thinks of the homosexual desire as one of those perversions of sexual desire that results from sexual desire building up and growing out of control. In Romans 1, he describes it as a punishment from God. The Gentiles worship the created and not the Creator, and so God turned them over to their unnatural desires, basically removed the limits that are naturally placed on that desire and allowed it to run wild, resulting in what Paul describes as unnatural sexual intercourse, same-sex intercourse. Paul was wrong about that. And Paul didn't like sexual desire. Paul thought of it as one of the baser urges of the flesh that needed to be overcome, but he makes the accommodation. And so if you agree with Paul that we should accommodate that sexual desire and that it's better to marry than to burn, then you have no case to make that a homosexual desire needs to be suppressed. It's the other side of the exact same coin. Paul was wrong. His understanding of human sexuality was wrong. His argument was wrong. His conclusion was wrong. Trying to leverage Paul as a proof text for your homophobia is wrong. Get over it.